A shooting today left a man dead and a bullet almost hit a small child. The shooting at a Mount Washington apartment complex is the latest example of a rise in violent crime in the city. Angela Ingram joins us live with what we know about this latest homicide. Angela.
Well, Paula, one of the bullets that was fired today went through a wall into an adjacent apartment and almost struck a child. Now, shootings are up in the city of Cincinnati by more than 45%. And this latest shooting is just another example of how unintended targets like this child have been affected by gun violence.
It's the latest homicide in the city, this time in Mount Washington at 11 in the morning. A man in his 20s is dead at the Ridgeview apartments on Beechmont Avenue.
We do have information on a suspect. I can't release that information at this time. We're still gathering facts, but we do have information, and this situation appears to be the person, the victim in this case, was targeted.
There was a double shooting at the banks this morning. This year, there have been 262 shootings compared to 179 the same time last year. That's more than a 45% increase. There have been 53 homicides compared to 39 last year. In today's fatal shooting, a child was almost hit.
In this building, and one of the rounds went through a wall from the unit that the victim was in and actually traveled through into another unit apartment and almost struck a small child.
There's been an increase in women murdered. Michaela Stevenson, who was shot and killed, died on I-71 as she drove away from the shooter near Duck Creek. Police think these vehicles were involved and asked for help identifying them. There were 2 double homicides in Avondale and North Avondale back in April and a double homicide in Spring Grove Village in June. Police have expanded ShotSpotter technology to more neighborhoods. That alerts police to gunfire. Today's fatal shooting, where a child was almost hit, was a reminder that the uptick in violence affects everyone.
We're very fortunate that we didn't have an additional tragedy on top of this homicide situation.
And the Cincinnati Police Department has also ramped up its violence task force. It's a robbery task force, and they've been able to take numerous guns out of the hands of people who have had them illegally. Reporting live from the Criminal Investigation Section, Angela Ingram, Local 12 News. Paula, back to you.
All right, thank you, Angela. If you have information that can help police find the person responsible for the latest homicide, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers, and that number 352-3040.